Hey everyone, it's Bex. Welcome back to my channel. I was listening to another reader's YouTube video earlier this morning and it just got my brain churning and made me think about my own life recently and what I would have found helpful at this time. So I'm going to do something cliched and something we've all been through and go into a breakup spread. So this is for someone who's gone through a breakup and you're just feeling, you know, anywhere from absolutely devastated, will never, you know, possibly drag myself off the couch to shower ever again, to, you know, this kind of just sucks. You know, we all handle it differently with different ranges of emotion. So I just have a, I have a mini spread that I'm just going to follow in a couple of these decks. We'll see what we get into from there. And just see what comes up. It's hopefully going to be short and sweet, but I'm a chatty person, so who knows. As you can see, I've got my black candles going on. It's officially October, so I can officially be spooky, right? Like, that's allowed. And then I have, I don't know if it's in, yeah, a rose quartz skull over here, which I think is just badass love to me. Like, skulls are amazing, and then it's in rose quartz, so there's that. Big old amethyst. Amethyst is my absolute favorite. Everything is purple. My hair is purple. I think my travel coffee mug is purple. This deck, I mean, I'm just drawn to it for some reason. I'm absolutely loving it. So speaking of decks, we are using a combination of tarot and oracle. If you care to know what they are, I've got the Alice in Wonderland tarot over here. I have, this is the Heal Yourself oracle deck. I don't remember who makes it, but Google is a beautiful thing and will tell you. The purple deck is the Fairy Wisdom Oracle, something like that. Oh God, I don't know. I always get it mixed up. And this one here is called Wisdom of the House of Night. But I do know that this deck and this deck are both made by Lucy Cavendish. So if you look up her, you can find it. She's great. I have a few of her decks that I really enjoy. All right, so we're just gonna pick and see what comes up, and I'm gonna sip this because I need caffeine. All right, so first we're gonna look at how you are viewing your situation, how you're seeing it through your pain and your heartbreak as opposed to what it really is. Not to say that what you're not seeing or what you are seeing and feeling isn't the truth, but it is skewed by your own emotions. So for me to understand how you're viewing this, I'm going to tap into that. And if this ends up not being for you, then I would click off. I don't want to trigger anybody for no reason. If it is for you, I hope this is helpful. So, first card we're getting is Ten of Cups. So your Ten of Cups is all about I always use the word idyllic. I think it's very much that pinnacle point of happiness you know we all strive to get to and reach, especially when we're dating somebody and we think they're the person and we're like, oh my God, I can see myself with them, and then something happens and you're no longer together. So I'm seeing that you thought perhaps this person was the one, or it had a lot of potential. It doesn't necessarily have to be the one, but you saw a lot of potential. Maybe they made you really happy, and then maybe the breakup came out of nowhere. However it occurred, it's when you were dating this person, I'm getting that you were really feeling like this could be a possibility for you. I'm going to grab one more tarot. I like to get a few tarot. We're getting the Star. So the Star is all about healing and harmony and balance, and it's kind of like, what I'm feeling with this is maybe you were not relying, but thought you could heal with this person, whatever it is. Like, yes, maybe, you know, you guys broke up because of an issue and your partner is like, I need space, I need to work through this, and you're like, no, we love each other, we should do this, together. But I'm getting that only you can heal yourself. You can't rely on another person to heal you, especially if they have their own things to heal. It's very, very difficult to focus on your own healing and then worry about someone else's healing. That's a lot of other energy that you're taking on that you don't have to be taking on, that is not meant for you to take on. And if you're anything like me and you're just a highly empathetic person and, an SPCA commercial makes you cry, it's tough because your natural instinct is to want to, help the other person, but that means you're not helping yourself. And right now, if you're going through a breakup, regardless of the reason, you need to focus on yourself. So that's what I'm getting. Let's move on. Success. So again, this reminds me of this 10 of Cups energy. How you were seeing it is, obviously the situation was not a success. If you're listening to this and you're going through a breakup, you thought it could be a success. You thought, it was going to be, and then something happened and all of a sudden you find yourself curled up on your couch with friends playing on Netflix repeatedly in the background while you nibble on dry toast. And I'm sorry, those are my own memories. It's tough. And it's tough, especially if this breakup is one that you thought was going to be the ultimate success. Your person, your partner for life. And I am not saying that this person is not meant for you. I'm not tapping into that person. So whatever your situation is with this person, I don't know. So if you feel that, you guys need time apart to heal and do your thing, that's awesome. I'm in no way going to tell you what to do, how to feel, whether or not this relationship is completely over, if this is a temporary breakup. That's not my point. My point is, right now, in this moment, we're all up in our feels and we need help navigating through it, because I was like this a year ago, and if I had a reading to find that would help me navigate, I probably would have felt a little bit better. Not healed. Can't heal anybody either. So, let's see what else comes up. Dragon's pet. Communication between species, animals, pets, magical companions, and guardianship. So with this, I'm getting that as tough as the time that you are going through, as much pain and hurt and heartbreak that you may be in, you are not alone, even if you are alone, if that makes sense. Animals are beautiful creatures that are emotional and intelligent, and they're soothing. I myself have 2 cats, and whenever I've been down, for some reason my cats seem to know it, and they come into the same room as me. They're around, they make me feel less alone, and that's just magical to me. And this card is saying communication between species, animals, pets. Pets are important. If you don't have a pet, that's totally fine. Go out for a walk, and if you see a dog, pet it. Although, ask the owner. You know what I mean? It's just more or less being around live, emotional, lovely creatures without the human side of it. Dogs are always going to be happy. You can say in the most excited, hyped up voice, you're such a stupid little thing, which is never true, by the way. They're adorable, but you could say it that way, and all they would hear is that excitement in your voice, and they respond to it. And they're soothing creatures. So I'm getting that being around pets, animals in general, they communicate with you even when you don't know it or think about it. They can sense, because your emotions are so energetically like pulsating outwards, that they feel that on their own level and respond to that. And they're comforting and they want to be there for you. They don't know the reasons why, nor do they care. They're just like, oh no, I feel this person is sad, I'm going to come lick her face. I could be getting way into this, but I'm a pet person, and there's nothing I love more than, petting something soft and furry and non-mouthy when I'm feeling down. How teachable are you? So this situation, we're viewing this situation as a loss, obviously. We are seeing this situation as something we thought was going to be the end-all be-all, and it is just, it's not currently. It's currently not what we thought it was going to be. Something happened, something occurred, which leaves us feeling very isolated and alone. This card, a couple of things about this card. This card is asking you, how teachable are you? Are you listening to your intuition in your heart, and, you know, paying attention to the entire situation and kind of taking a minute, just a minute, to step outside of your own pain, to view what really happened and see where you can learn, where you can adjust. This could ultimately bring you into another person's life, which is exactly what it is that you wanted and can have, and it's easy. Could bring you back with this person. I'm a person who loves second chances, so I'm not going to knock any reconciliation. You do you, that's your call. But I'm getting that this is a time, regardless of this other person, because we're focusing on you. It's all about you. How teachable are you? What lesson can you learn? And why I love that this is all about you is this card is the number 9. The number 9 is a solitude number. This is the number that you take. So if you're familiar with tarot, the Hermit card is number 9. That's where you need to retreat, do a lot of introspection, and you know, have your epiphanies and figure it out. This is not like beating yourself up with, I should have done that, or I should have done this, and oh, if only, you know. It's not the what ifs. It's, okay, this went wrong because of this. This was my part I played in it. You know, relationships are a two-way street, so don't take solely the blame on yourself. So just try to think about the part you played in this situation and how we could adjust to do better. Again, I'm not saying you were wrong or how you handled it was wrong. I don't know. I'm just saying that this is a moment the universe is giving you for you to have time to yourself, to focus on yourself and heal yourself in a way that's not going to jeopardize a relationship you're in, another person. You know, this is time. You need so much healing. You need to do this on your own. And I know it feels scary, and you know, if you're used to having that partner and that person that's there for you, it's such a huge adjustment to not have them there all of a sudden, and you feel like you can't do it because they've been with you through all these other tough and, you know, through the thick and thin of things. But this is where you need to show up for you. This is, you know, if you would show up like this for a friend, a partner, anyone else, you need to do the same thing for you. That's what I'm feeling, and you need to learn this. I feel that you've been putting yourself last in a lot of situations, and not even intentionally, just not even thinking about it. So that's first. So what I'm going to look into next is what the situation really is. I want to look at, you know, maybe a truth we're ignoring or we can't see because we are so in our feels and in our emotions, or, you know, we can only see it from our point of view. So at this point in this particular question, I'm going to see what else, you know, maybe in the other person pops up. I'm not sure. We haven't pulled any cards yet. So with that being said, let's see what comes up. 8 of Swords. I'm just going to pull the 2 right away. And the King of Cups. Okay. So I'm getting that either you or your partner is in their head and they're scared. So I get your King of Cups. I like to see whoever this person is that they're a king. The King of Cups especially is a emotionally mature person. He is someone, whenever I see the King of Cups, I think of someone who can, you know, empathize and sympathize, but not let it overtake them. You know, they don't allow it to cloud their judgment. Although on the flip side, they do have that tendency. You know, I've heard the King of Cups in reverse kind of compared to, you know, a drunk or an alcoholic. Not knocking anyone, that's just kind of how they are. It's like they love something so much they don't see that it becomes a problem. But that's not what I'm getting with this, by the way. I'm just trying to tell you what kind of energy this is. So your King of Cups is, first of all, freaky in this illustration. I'm not going to lie. And your 8 of Swords is fear, trapped in your own mind. You can see this girl here. She's got these ropes around her. She's by these swords. She's got a blindfold on. It's raining. It's, you know, and she can't see what's happening. But this is allowing your mind to hold you hostage. So in conjunction with this, I'm getting that perhaps the person you're with was afraid. You know, maybe they thought they were ready for a relationship, a solid one, a good one, an emotionally fulfilling relationship. Maybe they tried their best and everything, but in reality they were very scared and they allowed those fears to overcome and affect the relationship. And if that doesn't resonate with you, this could be you. However this resonates, take what does. If it doesn't, it's not for you, and that's totally fine. So, I just see that as a King of Cups, it is the partner. I want to say the masculine, does not have to be. And as a King of Cups, this would be a water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Again, does not have to be, but if that resonates with you, then perhaps this person is just afraid of opening themselves up. They're afraid of letting themselves feel, of letting them, you know, have like vulnerability. Confidence. So I'm getting that this person may have been overly confident. For some reason, that was the first thing that popped into mind, was arrogance. Normally when I see this card, it's to have confidence, but in this context, I'm seeing that the way this person handles their fear is by being like an overly confident, kind of like this facade, this mask, this image they want to uphold so nobody sees. They want to so badly appear as this king, and they kind of come off as a jerk sometimes, or someone who doesn't know how to relate or empathize or anything like that. I'm just getting that this confidence is affecting this person and the situation. Mother and daughter. It says mothering, teaching, sharing knowledge, nurturing, self-worth. So this person could have inner child trauma healing to be done, specifically when it comes to their parents, maybe more specifically their mom, their mother. Could be a strained relationship, could be more too much of a codependent relationship, you know. I just get that they're not healed. They're, you know, so afraid of looking too much into, you know, their own wounds, that they just put a mask over it of confidence of, I'm fine, it's cool, you know, if I'm gonna fake it till it, you know, I make it type of thing. But that can only go so far. The fake it till you make it thing works when you're willing to put in the work to do that. This is kind of like a band-aid. Letting go. Okay, so hold on. This one, I'm getting that this person is also having trouble letting go. Letting go of you, the relationship, things that have hurt them. They're just a person that holds on to things, kind of maybe in a grudgy way, or just in a nostalgic way. I'm getting more with this confidence card and this arrogance that it could be more or less in a, they're just not going to let anything go. If you've done them wrong, if they've been wronged, they're going to remember it, and they're going to remind you of it whenever they possibly can. It's not exactly a positive energy, but this just goes to show, because we're looking at something we can't see, the truth in the situation. This is about the other person. So this is from their point of view. They obviously have a ton of healing to do. They have this fear of being this King of Cups with somebody, and I see that you, as who you are, you saw that, and you see like the true you. You're able to see past this fake confidence, this facade. You could see that they had, you know, some trauma, and you could maybe even know that it was mom related, if that's the case. And you just wanted to be there and help them and everything, but they just weren't willing to put in the work, and that causes a strain. But you were able to see their potential of this King of Cups, which is why I think we got this 10 of Cups energy over here, and this success. And it's this person, just maybe for them to learn, they need this drastic alone time, this breakup, they need a chance to let go, to take off the mask, to take off this blindfold, and cut yourselves away with these swords rather than letting them trap you. So next we're going to look at what it is that you are blocking. Being all up in our heartbreak and our feels is necessary at times. Totally understand it. We need that time to grieve and, you know, stuff like that. So, but we tend to ignore certain things when we're in this headspace. So we're gonna look into what's blocking, so when you can come out of this and you can breathe a little bit, we know what we can work on and how to overcome it. So what is it that we are blocking? The Chariot. I love this card. And the Six of Wands. Okay, I'm really loving this. So with these two, the Chariot is all about drive, motivation, determination. It is, in traditional tarot, you normally see someone driving a chariot with two horses. Now, most of the time the horses, you know, they're either different colors or their heads are facing different ways. It's to indicate, you know, opposition, but how the person in the chariot has the determination to make everything become cohesive and work together. And your Six of Wands is your card of victory and achievement and success. And you can see that they have support and help, and you know, these could be people that are colleagues or that they confide in, or mentors, whatever. So with this one, what we're blocking is our own determination to learn our lessons, to move forward, and that's okay. Again, we need our own time to do this, but I'm getting that when we come out of this, we have this drive, we have this determination, and we can see that the second we tap into it and really commit ourselves to healing and moving forward, it's going to be a success. And you're not going to be alone. So you may be feeling alone, even when you're going through it, you still may be feeling alone, but you are not. There are so many people in this card. 1, 2, 3, 4, well, okay, there's 6, but Six of Wands. They're still there for you. Grove, oh my God, okay. So this Grove in this deck, the Grove is where you go to heal. This is your place, you know, whether it's a physical place in your head, just a scenario or aesthetic you create around you, whether it's just sitting alone in the dark with your moody music, or watching Grey's Anatomy as an excuse to cry because you don't feel like crying about a breakup again, so you just cry about something else, and Grey's Anatomy always does that. Ugh, I'm kidding. But the Grove is where we need to be. So we could be so in our grief that we're not even willing to go here yet to heal. So we could be blocking our own entrance into this. But this is a beautiful place to be. It's a serene place to be. And you know what's in this? Yeah, I was right. There's a cat. I don't know if that can be seen. There's a cat in that photo, and that just goes back to that dragon's pet. You know, animals are very important. Glimpse. This says indigo, rainbow, crystal, children, and beyond. Oops. So with this one, I feel that you had a glimpse of what you thought your life could be. You thought you had a glimpse, a moment, and that could be anywhere from like a week, a weekend, a month, however long it is. It doesn't even really matter. It's for one quick second, you thought your life was going to be what you always wanted to be. That 10 of Cups feeling we got before, you know, that success feeling, that, you know, end all be all person for us. And so it got us excited. So this breakup came out of nowhere and completely devastated us. And, you know, this card just looks, it's kind of dark and dreary, and it doesn't look too happy. And this person is alone. So they got, you know, it's like you get this glimpse, you see the potential, you see the possibilities, but in the physical, it's not where you need it to be. And so we kind of shut down, and we, you know, then self-doubt comes in, and insecurities and our fears, and then we're all up in the mind and the feels, and it's too much. So we need to shake that. Pride, okay. Pride is a huge factor here, apparently. Clearly, don't allow your pride, your ego, your pride and your ego to rule you, influence you, keep you from being the person you naturally are. That's bothering me. Don't allow it to keep you from healing. Don't, you know, I just have a feeling that pride is a big thing, and I get it. When you go through a breakup, your pride takes one hell of a, you know, knockout. It does. But there is still so much beauty here, and it doesn't break you. Don't allow it to break you. It's a break up, not a breakdown. We are just having the universe is giving us a very harsh lesson, unfortunately, on how to be our best selves. And we don't see that half the time when we're in the midst of it. So next we're gonna look at, so now that we know what's blocking us, what can happen, what to do, blah, 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 we're gonna look, all right, when I'm out of my grief enough to move forward, to do something, what is the first step that will be the most helpful to me? Two of Pentacles. And the Empress. Ah, okay, beautiful. So, your Empress. One of my favorites. The Empress is like, I view her as all four of the queens in the tarot in one physical body. She is creative, she is passionate, she is smart, she's intelligent, she is nurturing, she is empathetic, she can create and bring abundance to her, and she's intuitive. She's just like the ultimate woman, and this is you. Okay, this is going to be you. And this Two of Pentacles, this is all about juggling and balance and karma, and knowing that once we get out of this grief and we step back into our own power and we kind of start to take on this Empress energy of knowing that, you know, I may not feel it, but I've got it in me and I'm determined to be this powerful person. I understand that things happen for a reason. Things must balance out. So if I'm feeling this bad, I know at some point in the future I'm going to feel way better, because that's just how things have to go. It's a give and take. And so, you know, unfortunately we've had something taken from us, and now we have to give back to ourselves, and things will level out and adjust. Cycles. Okay, loving it. First, I'm going to look at 37 here. 37 equals 10, 3 plus 7, duh. So 10 is the end of a cycle, essentially. So this is a cycle that maybe going through, are you a serial monogamous? You know, do you just go through relationship after relationship and heartbreak after heartbreak, and it's just like, what, nothing is changing. Why do I keep getting into this? Do I even bother anymore? This is your chance to break the cycle. This is your chance to finally learn and look within and understand where it is that you are coming from, and how to fix it. And it's necessary, I believe. These cycles are necessary, and if you have been going through them, if they are repetitive cycles, this is the universe's way, this is Spirit's way of telling you, bitch, learn. In, unfortunately, a very heartbreaking way, but that's the, I mean, for me personally, that's the only thing that woke me up, was to be completely tore down emotionally to my rawest being ever, and to understand and figure things out and work on it. And, you know, trust me, it does get better. Yes, communication, relationship work to be done. Yes, so this is, remember, we're looking at your first step. Your first step is communication. I am not getting that this is communication with whoever your ex-partner is. This is communication with yourself. Your being, your higher self, your ego self. This is relationship work to be done internally. How can you have a better relationship with yourself? Are your thoughts negative? Is your self-talk like, oh my God, you're so stupid, how could you let yourself fall for this again? Rather than, I'm so proud of you for putting yourself out there and loving, and I'm sorry that I got hurt, but I'm going to learn from this. You just need to look at the perspective, and it's very easy to get caught in the negative. I do it myself, but just know that you are so worth it. And what I love about this is the number 12, which equals 3, and there are 3 butterflies here. So 3 is like your Trinity, your Father, Son, Holy Ghost type of thing. Mind, body, soul. You need to meld and strengthen your relationship with your mind, your body, and your soul to move forward. And that's something that you have to do alone. Come on. Discover your life purpose. So, I have a feeling that this breakup, this I don't know why I tried to say this word. This event, this catastrophic, I'm trying to say catalyst, but in a different way. Anyways, this is going to allow you to put you on a path towards your life purpose. I don't know what that will be, but something could happen, and an opportunity could come up because you are by yourself, because you are healing yourself. Different situations, different opportunities will arise for you, and this could very well lead you to a situation that allows you to find something you really love and go after, and something that may or may not have happened had you been with this person. For instance, the only reason I got into tarot was because I had gone through a breakup, and I was as down as I've ever felt in my entire life, like not eating and not talking and just this, you know, I was just kind of robotic. And I said, I need to distract myself. I need to, you know, keep my mind going on something else. And tarot was just kind of what I picked up, and I just figured out how much I loved it. And it allows me to constantly think without it being on myself. So, and here I am, you know, a year later doing YouTube videos like I'm someone, you know, but it saved me. So, and then could be tarot for some of you guys, could be oracle reading, could be whatever. It doesn't even have to be spiritual. It could be whatever the hell resonates with you. That's the beauty of it. Okay. Now there's just 2 questions left I want to do. Now we're going to look at what to look forward to. So this is kind of basically future energies. This is, you know, all right, we've grieved, we started working on ourselves. This could be that we took that smallest step forward. You know, we're a little bit out of our heads. We're not, you know, I'm not saying perfect by any means. I am not saying you need this. This is just the second you decide to step on the path to healing, this is what we can look forward to for it. 8 of Cups. 8 of Wands. So 2 8s here. This is really great. I really like this. Your 8 of Cups is about walking away, ironically. And it's about walking away. Cups are your suit of love and emotions and relationships and blah, 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 which is lovely and perfect and everything. And it tells us that we're walking away from that. The 8 of Cups feeling I get, it's like a bittersweet walking away. It is saying goodbye to something that at one point held a lot of meaning to you. And it's one of those things that in that moment where I was in life, what was happening, I needed it. It was everything to me. But now I have grown, moved on, outgrown it, and it's time to walk away. I can still appreciate the lessons and the opportunities that came with it, but now I know that I need to do something better. And what I'm getting, that in conjunction with this 8 of Wands, your 8 of Wands is forward movement, and it's rapid, and it's about communication coming in rapidly, a message, you get direction on where to go. Creative juices flowing. So if 8s mean anything to you, that's very significant. And I get that the second we take that step, that first step of walking away, everything is going to start to quickly fall into place and start moving forward again with your life. You know, this doesn't have to be big monumental events or anything. It could just be the smallest thing. Like one day you wake up and you don't have a headache from crying yourself to sleep. That's monumental. That's amazing. The next day you wake up and you don't even think about that person until, 3 p.m. Whereas before they're always on your mind. It's take victory in the small steps is what I'm feeling with this one. And that's something to look forward to. Complicated. So this is not going to be an easy path. This is your tough love type of situation, and it's not going to be easy. That's okay. I think that fact that it's not easy is so significant. If it were easy, would we even be here? Would we even be in this situation if it were easily avoided or easily overcome? Your greatest struggles are going to be complicated. And I think that's how we learn the most, because it's a lot of trial and error, because you have to learn about yourself. I think, when it comes to tarot, there are so many levels. Yes, each card has a meaning. Yes, 8 of Cups means walking away. But there are so many levels to what it means depending on what we're asking, what other cards are surrounding it. There's just so many different levels. You are the same way. There are different levels to you, how you can react and learn and adapt depending on the situation, where you're at in the time. You know that hindsight's 20/20. We all say, if I could do 16 over again, I would do this. Well, yeah, because you've learned and you know better, but you didn't know better. Now we have to, learn better. We have to grow. It takes time. Oh, yes. Okay. Child of the Moon. Forgiveness. Transcending the ego. So what I'm getting with this future energies is forgiveness. Obviously, that's what it says. But I mean forgiveness. You forgive yourself. You forgive the other person. You put that ego, that self-doubt, those fears, those insecurities, you put those to the back of your mind. There's no stopping it. Those things come. You can't really do anything to stop them from coming. The power we have is, how am I going to let that affect me? That can come in, a thought can come in that's, you know, not the best. It's a fear, it's a self-doubt, it's insecurities. It can be like, you know what, I see you. I'm not gonna give you any power, so goodbye. We are transcending our ego. Something to look forward to is, as you heal, you are able to see how forgiveness is beneficial to you and your healing process. Forgiving yourself for putting yourself in a situation where you had heartbreak. That's okay. You know, if you're heartbroken, that means you were so open to love that unfortunately, whoever you trusted that love with, it wasn't reciprocated in the same way, whatever the situation was. But you were open, you were vulnerable, you were willing to do the work. So if you were willing to love another person and in another relationship, you have to be willing to do the same for yourself. And you need to forgive yourself, because there's nothing, you didn't do anything wrong to love another person. There's nothing wrong with loving, unless you're loving the wrong person, as in, you know, someone's married. You know, I'm not doing those types of extreme things here. I'm just saying it's okay. Forgive yourself, because you are learning and you are willing to learn. And I get that you will also be able to forgive that other person, to forgive them for not being their best selves to you. Because you know what? You weren't being your best self either. I hate to break it to you, because if we're here, we're not being our best selves. So forgive them. Just wish them happy vibrational energy sending their way, hoping that they heal if that's what we want. Just don't wish anything negative. We got that Two of Pentacles card earlier. That's about karma. So we only want to put out what we want back in. And if we want forgiveness, if we want love, we got to put that out. If we wish someone for healing, you know, if we want to heal, we got to wish the other person healing. That's going to come back to us. Life's a cycle. Victim consciousness. This is something we're breaking. Perhaps, you know, all your life you've not been, you know, all that great at taking responsibility. Everything is someone else's fault, whether it's a person or a situation, or I didn't do this, or, you know, you're never fully responsible. That's something that you're going to have to, that we just have to get over. We are not constantly a victim. You need to, that is basically, you are making yourself powerless. You are allowing other people, situations, and things to have power over your life. Is that how we want to live? Absolutely not. If we make a mistake and it doesn't, you know, and it's not all, you know, if we make a mistake, okay, cool, make that mistake. Learn from that mistake. Don't make it again. That type of thing. You are not a victim. I get that very strongly. You're not a victim. You're a very strong, powerful person, and maybe something along the way happened where you know, it made you feel very small. And from then on, it just, you know, it was downhill from there. Regain your power. Regain your strength in yourself and your belief in yourself. Last message I'm going to look into is just closure message, whether this is about getting closure or kind of messages from spirit in general. I just want to see what comes up here, and then I'm gonna let you go. Oh, I was right the first time. Wheel of Fortune and Eight of Pentacles. So another eights, so that's 3 eights for right now. The only thing we haven't had was the, oh no wait, we have all the eights. We had Eight of Wands. Yeah, we have all the eights. So eights are definitely important here, and eights are your number of like infinity, abundance, you know, that thing. 8 turned on its side is the infinity symbol. And paired with the wheel of fortune is all about cycles, breaking those cycles, and destiny. You know, you can't stop the wheel from turning type of thing. Another card of what comes up must come down. Your luck is going to change. So what I'm getting with these two messages here, as closure, I am getting that what we're going through is a necessary cycle of life. It's a necessary lesson for us, and that is okay. However, when we take that first step to healing, this Eight of Pentacles is all about working hard, working diligently, and mastering it. It's kind of like this mastery type of thing. So Once we take that step and we commit ourselves to working on it, your luck is going to change. Things are going to, you know, turn around for you because we are now on a better path for us. High Priestess of Air. So your High Priestess of Air, the air reminds me of the Suit of Swords in tarot, and your swords are communication, logic, analysis, that type of thing. To me, this is saying to take a step back out of your emotions and look at things logically. Just for a second. Having emotions is never a bad thing, in my opinion. I'm about as emotional as it gets. But I do know that sometimes they cloud your logical thought, and I feel that if we just take a minute, clear our head, ground yourself, and take on this High Priestess of Air energy and look at things a little more logically. But maybe that first step is cloudy to you. You're not really sure what to do or how to proceed. Ground yourself, take a minute, this will come to you. And once you take that first step towards working and working hard and committing yourself to this, the wheel's gonna start turning again and things are gonna start turning around. Wow. Wow. Green Man's Bride, sacred union, commitment ceremony, maturing into deep relationship. So future energies is this type of connection. This healing, this process, this does not tell me who it's with. So if there is no one, or if you feel that this is with the person that you were with, that is your call. I'm not going to tell you one way or another. Don't come at me with, well, you said that we were going to be married. No, I didn't. I just said that this healing process is going to lead you onto a path to get to the next relationship you have is going to be healthier. It's going to be more mature. You're going to have that deep, sacred connection, that commitment from that person, whoever that person is. And it's going to be beautiful because we've healed. And we've healed and we've succeeded. And I'm sorry if you hear that noise. It's Thursday, so it's landscaping day. We're doing this work. So pull this real quick before it gets too loud. Help from above. So again, this is a number 27 equals 9. 9 is solitude. So this is you right here. You are getting help from the above, not just in the future, but currently, but in the future. Maybe you just know that you can connect with it a little more. Maybe you're able to see its guidance and see synchronicities a little bit more. You're able to trust the help you're giving rather than just blindly taking that first step, which you might have to do. So this is telling me that you are being guided. You are protected, you are safe. You need to trust this process, trust yourself, work on your forgiveness, work on yourself. This is a you time. And here's how I think about it when it comes to being alone, especially after a breakup. It sucks, especially if you were with a person for a significant amount of time and you're just used to that other body being there. It sucks when all of a sudden they're just not. I get it. But if your goal in life is to find somebody to settle with and share your life with and experiences with, and I mean that in a way that, oh, I'm only going to be happy once I find that person. That's not what I mean. We find our person when we're happy with ourselves currently. When we want that type of relationship, when we want to share our life equally with someone, that just means that person is going to be with you for the rest of your damn existence. Okay, I get it. So if that is your goal, take this time to be alone because you'll never have it again. Truly won't. I would love a husband and children, and I know the second I start on that, I will never have the amount of solitude and freedom and stuff. And yes, this is typical, I'm single type of bullshit, but it's true. I'm enjoying, enjoy your freedom, enjoy your ability to be alone and live your life and go down this path. And if you make mistakes, you are not responsible. Like, that's not affecting anyone else but you. That is such a freeing thought. So I hope you guys can get there. So that's everything. I think it was a really positive reading. If you resonated with this, I hope it helped. And I am so sorry you were feeling heartbroken. That's never a good time. I'm always here if you guys need anything. If you would like a more personal reading, you can contact me. I'll leave all my links below for you. I'm on Instagram. I have my website, or you could just email me. I am wishing you guys all lots of good luck and love and blessings, and I will see you next time. Bye.